So welcome back. Finally gotten back to working on these Sanguinary Guard, and just wanted to show my current progress. So the fore and back were as you saw them in the last video, assuming you saw the last video. For the most part, I've already added some sort of preliminary details, some undercoats for future metallics, but otherwise they are pretty much kind of ready to get going on. Now the guy in front here, I've been working on him as a test case for where I'm going with this. And right now what I've done is I've worked on the gold, and I've built up the white from the sort of sandy sepia sepia color that I have as the base for these guys. If you recall, what I did was I primed white and then I airbrushed Griffin sepia. Now the funny thing is, later on when I realized that I was going to need to do some touch-up work, I found a Vallejo desert sand color that I had that almost exactly matched this tone here. And so I've been using that as the basis for my highlight as I bring that sepia tone up to white. And even at this point, the only white that still exists on this that's true white is the primer that hasn't been touched yet. And even when I'm done, there may be some small bits of highlight areas that are pure white, but whenever I work with white or black, I don't like to have pure white or pure black. I think you get a richer color when you use other shades. Plus, with where I'm going with these guys, they were never intended to be 100% pure white. That is not to say that you can't do some really neat things with pure white. This is just stylistically where I wanted to go with these. So this is where we are so far, and I'm going to get some more work done. And my goal for today is to complete him, or at least get as close as I can. And then that'll serve as my basis when I work on the other four, and eventually Commander Dante. So I will have guidelines, and I can just, like, how do I go and how do I move forward? All I need to do is look at him and say, oh right, that's what I did there, and then they will all follow along. So that's it. That's for now. That's all for now. And oops, I'll record a little bit more as I complete work on this guy today. So talk to you in a bit. So here we are. Done some more work, as you can see. I added the wings, and I have to say that I sort of had two directions I could go with the wings, and one, the way that they're shown in the book, the little illustration of these guys has the black wings, but I also thought about going with white wings as well. Decided to go with the black, both because that's how the illustration is, but also I saw somebody else's version of these online with black wings, and the contrast is really, really nice. It's really amazing. I think white overall wouldn't have really done it justice. As you can see, the wings are still being held in place by the putty because the glue is still drying. Just needed to provide a little stability. I've got the shoulder pads on, and they're mostly painted. That one needs some touch-up. At this point, the two things that are really left here, aside from maybe little bits of touch-up, are the sword. Hasn't been painted yet, the blade anyway, and the base. The base is not done. But otherwise, this is the template for the rest of the Sanguinary Guard. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. As you can see, my white is not stark white. It's more of an aged white. And of course it's, you know, the description is alabaster white. And, you know, this is my vision of alabaster. I suppose I could have also gone for a clean white. You know, alabaster can also be very pure. Can also be a very pure mineral. But anyway, that's about it. I'm going to go maybe work on a little bit more on the other minis, but this shows you where I'm going. And I will talk to you later. So I thought I was going to be done with the video today, but I went ahead and painted the sword, and I thought I'd show that off. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with it. Anyway, that's it. Sort of an epilogue for today's video. And there's the colors right there. It's my thumb palette. Anyway, that's it. That is all for today. And I'll talk to you later.